Gift of all this Christmas, themselves. Members of the 235th Military Police Company are coming home for the holidays. Friends of the troops collected around $25,000 in donations to help charter a plane to bring their soldiers home this Christmas. The fund drive was organized to keep costs down for soldiers who paid the remainder of the plane's cost. 235th MP soldiers will be home from Fort Bliss, Texas from December 23rd through the 28th, their last visit home before they leave for a year-long deployment in Afghanistan. Family members and soldiers say they're thankful for all of the community support in making their holiday wish come true. They say the fund drive account will remain open until December 20th in hopes of cutting costs even further for soldiers. You can donate at any First Western Bank in South Dakota.
To ensure packages are delivered to loved ones stationed overseas in time for the Christmas holiday, those here at home have until December 4th to make it to the post office. Customer service.
After raising $80,000 to charter a flight to the Black Hills, about 120 South Dakota soldiers are home.
In KEVN Fox 7 News at 9, your Black Hills news leader.
After raising thousands of dollars to charter a flight for South Dakota soldiers, the community welcomed home the 235th Military Police Company this morning. Good evening, I'm Justin Pizzera. Jennifer Dowling has the night off. It was an expensive task to bring the soldiers home, but family and friends wanted one more hug before the soldiers spent one more year in Afghanistan. Anticipation is building at Gate 3 as loved ones wait for the first glimpse of soldiers from the 235th Military Police Company.
It's very overwhelming, actually. Lots of emotions going through all of us. We're so excited and everything, so it's just going to be the best Christmas.
In a single file line, 120 soldiers walked off the plane to a hero's welcome. There were a lot of hugs and a lot of tears. You could say this is a Christmas gift from the community since it cost about $80,000 to charter the plane. The trip back to South Dakota is not a mission readiness requirement, so the soldiers had to pay their own way. That's when the community stepped in to help raise the money.
I'd just like to thank them. That helped out a lot. There's a lot of people that, was tight on money for them, and we were lucky we had some help and get money for us to come home, so it was great for what the community did for us.
Thank you from the bottom of our hearts, every single one of us, soldiers and families. We appreciate it so very much.
The soldiers will get to spend the next 5 days at home. Then it's back to training stateside, preparing for a year-long deployment in Afghanistan.
We got a long road ahead, and it's good to come back for a couple days and see my wife and kids, so it's good.
Rapid City Regional Airport also waived the usual landing fee of about $600. The soldiers will head back to Texas for more training on December the 28th. They'll head to Afghanistan in mid-January.
You're watching News Center 1 at 10.
Good evening, I'm Justin Wickersham. Thanks for joining us. Our top story tonight. Thanks to a community effort, 120 soldiers from the 235th Military Police Company made it home for Christmas this morning. They arrived just after 7 a.m. to a crowd of family members waiting anxiously at Rapid City Regional Airport. The company had been training since early October in Fort Bliss, Texas for their mid-January deployment to Afghanistan. The soldiers were able to come home for the holidays after the Black Hills area raised over $80,000 to charter the flight that brought them to Rapid City.
To see the soldiers that couldn't afford to come home, I guess, that, all the donations that come through is really awesome. I mean, on behalf of the 235th, I'd like to thank everybody.
Members of the 235th Military Company will be home until December 28th. Sergeant Kyle Kafka says he has big plans for his vacation.
We're actually heading off to Pierre to get married, and then we're going to Sioux Falls for family Christmas, then to Minnesota for family Christmas, and then back to Redfield area, and back to Pierre, and then back to Rapid.
In several weeks, the soldiers will deploy to Afghanistan for a year where the unit is expected to perform various types of security missions. And
whether they're stranded due to weather or fighting overseas, thousands of people will not be home for the holidays this year. But thanks to a huge dose of holiday spirit, our top story tonight, some National Guard soldiers are home for Christmas. Your news starts now.
Live, local, this is KOTA Territory News at 10.
Good evening, I'm Amanda Greslin.
And I'm Delane Cleveland. This is KOTA Territory News at 10. The operation to get the 235th Military Police members home for the holidays. And with the help of family, friends, and supporters across KOTA Territory, that mission was a success.
Our Amber Schatz was there bright and early this morning when the soldiers arrived, thanks to the generosity of people all across the state.
Nervous jitters, tearful eyes, and welcome home signs were all over the airport this morning. And once the 120 National Guard soldiers landed, pure joy was unleashed.
It's pretty emotional. I was pretty happy to see my family.
Training in Texas since October, this trip wouldn't be possible except for the donations from friends and supporters who raised money to charter an airplane home.
There's a lot of support, a lot of donations and everything. That was really cool that a lot of people helped out just for us. It was really neat.
Michael Walker is especially happy to be home. It's the first time he's seen or held his son Landon, who was born in November.
Never really done this before, so yeah, it feels all weird and cool and crazy at the same time.
And although he and the rest of his military police company will only be home for 5 days,
It's better to come home for 5 days than not come home at all.
they are prepared to complete their mission in Afghanistan over the next year.
I'm a tough little kid. You know, it's always hard, but like I said, you just got to push and move on. The quicker we get there, the quicker we get done, the quicker we get home.
But until that time, these brave soldiers will enjoy their precious 5 days off however they want.
Open some presents for these two here, and that's about it. Just relax and enjoy some time at home.
Playing Santa Claus and hanging out with my kid and my wife.
Amber Schatz, KOTA Territory News.
We're happy to have them home. Most of the 120 soldiers are from the Black Hills. However, a bus drove the rest of the soldiers as far east as Sioux Falls. The group returns to Texas for training on the 28th before leaving for Afghanistan in mid-January.